Hi everyone, I want to explain a bit about sous vide. So what is sous vide?
Sous vide means under vacuum in French.
Yeah, and we need it because we want our meat to be cooked all way at the same temperature. Usually when we use barbecue or when we use a pan, we get a bit, the meat is on the outside is a bit more cooked than the inside. This machine heats the water. This is Anova Sous Vide machine. It stirs the water while heating it, so it keeps the water at the same temperature at all times. When we put the meat inside, we can know for sure that the meat is cooked evenly all the way through. This machine made by Anova, it has Bluetooth, so you can control it from any smartphone. So let's connect it. Now, with this dial you can set the temperature that needed for the meat to be cooked, and you can click this button to start heating the water. Now I want to make a steak with the sous vide machine. The first step is to wrap the steak under vacuum in a plastic bag. For that we need a roll of plastic bag, scissors, and vacuum machine. Any vacuum machine can do, although some of the people will say that we need the most expensive fancy machines. Some people say that we can use any Ziploc bag, but what I recommend is to use any plastic bag that is food grade and has no chemical that can be released and harm your health. This machine has basically two things.
This is the heating strip, and this is the vacuum chamber.
So when we want to seal the bag, all we have to do is to put it here, like this, even a bit less than this deep, so we can save some of the bag. Seal and wait a bit until the light goes off. So we seal the bag on one edge. Let's cut a piece.
We sealed it twice just in case to make sure that the water wouldn't get into our meat.
Okay, so now we should cut a piece of this about the size of the meat, plus a bit more, so we can put it in the machine. Okay. And we put the steak inside. It's a frozen steak, I know it's not the best, but that's what we have now, unfortunately. We click on both sides, open the cover. Now we have to put it straight, so I'm stretching it a little bit. Put the edges in the vacuum chamber and close the lid. Now we should use vacuum and seal button. is off. You can open it. We can make another seal just to make sure that it's sealed as it should. And we are waiting for the water to heat up, and then we'll continue. As you can see, it heats the water now, and stir it. And temperature is rising slowly. When the temperature here gets to 58 degrees, I'll put the meat inside. So, the water got to 58 degrees. That's the best temperature to get medium rare steaks. I'm putting 4 steaks inside, so I want to make sure that the water can flow all around and attach the steaks from all sides. It's about 2 inches thick, so it's going to be there for about 2 hours. And after that, we're going to make a nice crust on the outside. The water temperature dropped a little bit, but that's not a big of a deal. It will rise again in a few minutes. So it's been about 2 hours since we started the process. Now I'm going to take the steaks out. That's the time for striploine. That is about 2 inches thick. Okay, the steaks now are fully cooked. We can even eat them at this point. But as you can see, this steak looks a bit anemic. And that's because we still need the crust that we usually love to feel and in our mouth when we eat a good steak. So in this point, what we have to do is to barbecue it a little bit. As you probably remember, I didn't season anything before, so I'll put a bit of salt and pepper. But before all of that, I have to take a paper towel and dry the steak as good as possible, because the steak is already fully cooked. I don't want it to be too much time on the grill, because I don't want it to be overcooked. So I don't want to spend time on evaporating the water. I just want it to get a nice crust as fast as possible. So a lot of pepper. And salt. And let's turn on the fire. So let's turn this on, and then we will wait as long as needed to have it super hot, because we want to do it as fast as possible. So the grill now is super hot. It's at about 700 degrees. I'm going to do it for about a minute and a half on each side. I don't want to cook it anymore. Okay, it's time to flip the steaks. I put them on the grill for about a minute and a half on each side. I don't want to cook it anymore. It's already fully cooked. I just need a nice crust on the outside. Okay, done. Let's take them out. See the results. Okay, let's cut it. Let's see what's going on inside. As you can see, a perfect medium rare. All of it.
It's more yummy than when you do it only in the barbecue.
Much more, yeah.
The sous vide makes it evenly cooked and delicious. So every time we eat a steak, it's perfectly flavored in all places.